I would, we were talking about men being protectors. I think men need to stand up and like, we got to protect, because when it comes to protecting women, I don't think it's just protecting you from physical threats. It's protecting you from the threats of mind.
Like your own thoughts?
Could be. But also, not just your own thoughts, but have those thoughts been influenced by society? And do I need to unprogram, deprogram you? Or do I need to put in new thoughts?
Reboot you.
That sounds terrible, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like the threat, because I mean, look, the plastic surgery industry is like the entire cosmetic industry, billions, trillions of dollar industry, and society, consumerism in general has an incentive to keep you feeling dissatisfied with who you are, dissatisfied with how you look. And this isn't just cosmetics. When you're sad, when you're not happy with yourself, you buy all kinds of other shit too. And society has a vested interest in making sure you're a good consumer and that you buy shit that you don't need. People who go shopping when they're feeling, what's that, shopping therapy? What's it called? Retail therapy, right? It has a vested interest in making, it has a vested interest in making sure you feel shitty about yourself so they can siphon as much resources and money from you as they can, right? And this is absolutely exemplified when it comes to cosmetics, when it comes to makeup, and when it comes to plastic surgery. You don't look like this. You need to look like this to be loved, to be accepted, to be approved of, not just by men, but by your peers. Women say it themselves. You wear the makeup for other women. I actually believe this to some degree. You guys, you're in competition with each other, and so you wear makeup for other women, you wear makeup for men, you get the fake titties for probably men. And I just think it's kind of fucked up that y'all are cutting yourselves apart. You're spending tens of thousands of dollars. You're going under anesthesia, which is dangerous. Women die getting these procedures. They either die on the operating table or they die after the fact from, they get a post-surgery stroke. They have an infection. I think it's a despicable state of affairs that women feel compelled to cut themselves open, put in plastic, because you're dissatisfied with something about you.
Well, we feel compelled because that's the society standard. Like, that's the standard that most men want, and that's like what we see in magazines.
I don't think most men want women with BBLs. I don't think most men want women with fake boobs. And I would tell you, as women, and any young women who are watching, the men that skip over you without the fake boobs, the men that skip over you without the BBL, good. That type of guy ain't the type of dude that in my view, is going to be a good partner. He's going to be very shallow. He's going to be very superficial. Guys who like, oh, she doesn't have the BBL, she doesn't have fake boobs, her boobs are too small. I don't think that's the guy you want.
I agree.
Is that the guy you want?
No.
You want a guy who he's only with you because your boobs are big? He's not with you because your boobs are too small? That's not the guy you want.
Like a sex object, not for the person you are. He'll treat you like a sex object. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for a sex doll, not a partner.
And this isn't just women's fault. Look, there's men out there that there are men that like that. And look, you might say, for example, well, why are they liking all these girls' photos, these Instagram models with the lipo and the BBL and the plastic surgery and the lip and all that shit, right? Yeah, there's men out there that do that. I think a lot of these women have they've got fake followers and all this shit. But I think men need to start coming out and saying, nah, you don't do that shit. And I think a lot of men, like you ask men point blank, they say, yeah, I don't like BBL. I don't like fake boobs. I don't like lip filler.
Well, and to think back, to our grandparents, great grandparents' ages, when they were our age, they didn't have that yet. These women were still so beautiful, and they were happier, more marriages, more, things were just healthier relationships, all that.
Well,
and they didn't have the, that wasn't a thing back then.
I wonder if it's like this, it's this sort of like escalation of, like, for example, in a sport, if nobody does steroids, everybody's playing on the same field. But like once enough women, there's one makeup product. Now there's 100 different makeup products that you can wear. Now there's all kinds of crazy like skincare and cosmetic shit you can do. And all like these other women are doing it and they're out competing, or like, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of just, I don't know where I'm going with that. But
I think it's also because of social media. We compare ourselves to other girls like constantly on TikTok, on Instagram, and everything is edited, and then you want more because of the internet.
I think it's really sad, the example that we majority of women nowadays set for younger girls growing up. We need to be a better example and have respect for ourselves, and teach young girls to grow up and have respect for themselves, and teach them that their, natural beauty is true beauty, and that's how God created them. And
I mean, I've spoken with a lot of men. A lot of men seem to definitely prefer natural. You can believe me, you cannot. I'll just give you my own anecdote, then we'll move on to the next thing. Again, and look, really quick, like, do men like big boobs? Sure. Do they like a big butt? Sure. But I think they want that natural. They want it natural. And I think a lot of men, if you ask them like, well, would you prefer a girl with fake boobs or an A cup? I think a lot of men will say they prefer the A cup. If the girl doesn't have the biggest butt versus like a girl with a BBL, I think they'd prefer the girl if she's just, she ain't got a fucking.
Well, they would prefer it, but they would still like photos and like be attracted to that. And that's what kind of makes some girls like insecure. It's like, well, he says he prefers this, but at the same time he's like liking those photos, he's like looking at
I mean, like that. And I mean, you're right, like, but it's hard. Maybe in this regard I'm a bit of an outlier, but like, and this is prescriptive advice to men, I don't follow girls on Instagram. I don't like girls' photos on Instagram. If I'm in a relationship, I don't watch it. Like, maybe that makes me an outlier, I don't know. But prescriptively to men, I think it's simp shit to be following a chick on Instagram and like liking her shit. Like, don't be, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't follow anybody. I follow my own Instagram page on Instagram. That's it.